Good afternoon and welcome back to Mythgard and Middle-earth. My name is Corey Olsen, the Tolkien Professor, joined as always by my friend Gryfflet, who is in stealth mode already because as soon as I logged in, I got attacked before I could even remember where I was or what I was supposed to be doing. But as I recall, I am in Fushaum Bal North, at least that's what my minimap tells me. And Today, I'm going to try to make progress, maybe even finish this whole sorting out of the North and the South rivalry between the Easterlings and the Southrons, and try to convince them both to leave, right? So that's, as I recall where I am, I know that there's a reputation thing. Okay, here it is, right? So I am, they don't like me very much in Fushaum Bal North, of course, because I've been killing them and doing the things for the South first. But I have to gain status, I guess. I have to complete the I'm outsider right now. They have to accept me. So I'm working on this reputation thing right there. And anyway, I've got some quests to turn in. And I gotta go find the bridge guards. And also I might as well destroy 3 more towers while I'm here. So anyway, that's what's happening. As I recall, that's where we are. Good to see everybody back again. I was in Denver last week for Mountain Moot, which was awesome. Great time at Mountain Moot. And I am now getting ready for Mythmoot, which is always so exciting. Mythmoot is just, it's like the best kind of family reunion. I know I always want to use that metaphor, even though I know that, family reunions aren't joyous for everybody. But, okay, here we go. Let's see the text. All right, the leaders are pleased. Okay, so how much did that one cost? Little jump. How much do I have left here? Okay. I gained 1,200, and I still need another 62. Okay, so I have to the equivalent of 5 quest completions. All right, well, 1 more tower will do that. And anyway, I got to find that bridge. So, let's see, which one is it? Oh yeah, Khirgi something or other. Okay, so we're going to head up this way. I've never actually even seen this bridge yet. So, Phil, it certainly does seem to be the case that I gain twice as much as I lose with the other when I, fight people. Though the quests seem to bump them both in opposite directions by the same amount. But, okay. This one too, probably. Yeah, this one did exactly the same thing. 1,200 either way. Well, it is what it is. It means I'm going to have to kill twice as many people down in the south as I killed in the north the first time. All right. So now these guys who are Khirgi's loyal. Yeah. They're not the ones. So, and there's Khirgi. Khirgi's loyal. Just sounds like a sentence. I keep wanting to say, is he? Really? And to whom? But, okay, there's the bridge. All right, I see the bridge. I see the bridge. And if I can get the 4 bridge guards... Oh, hang on. There's a new one here. Oh. Attacking the unwelcome. Wait a second. I'm confused now. Is this the right one? These are still northern dudes, right? Pretty sure these are still northern dudes, and it's just the kill 6 dudes. Look, would you turn around already, please? You won't. You jerk. Okay, good. This is the right one. Okay, fine. Well, I figured I was gonna have to I was gonna end up getting the defeat foes quest again anyhow. All right. Now here's the bridge I hadn't found, and there's presumably going to be guards on it. There we go. The bridge guards. I need 4 of them. And they'll count for both quests, right? So I'll complete the other one a third time or whatever. Whatever it is. Okay. They fighting each other? I can't decide whether that's convenient or inconvenient. Okay. Oops. Did I accidentally kill the wrong guy? Alright. This guy just chased me up the bridge, which was really annoying. I have no quarrel with you. I'm fighting the other dudes. Leave me alone. You guys too. Oh, hang on a second. These are all like South Front guys. So I'm supposed to kill 4 bridge guards, but there are only 3 of them, so I'm compelled to wait until one regens. That kind of seems unnecessarily obnoxious. So, like if I were to break into this fight, like with the other fight, I killed 2 from the north and 1 from the south, pretty much all at the same time. Like, oh, there's another bridge. Look at that. I hadn't found that bridge either. Well, maybe I'll go look for that bridge too. I'm cheating by just going along the edge here instead of going into town at all. Aha! There's another bridge guard. Fine. Okay. Great. Excellent. So I now have 3 more quests to turn in. And let's see. How's that rep coming? Oh, look at that. I only have, what, 3,700 left? And I have 3 quests to turn in? Yeah, watch. That's going to be like 3,600, and I'm going to have like 100. Just going to have to go and hunt another one down. In fact, tell you what. Let me just simplify this. Except that Suhalar warrior is not making my math any easier. Never mind. I don't want any part of that fight. I'm going to hunt one more. Yeah, I'm probably going to aggro everybody else, but... Nice. Okay, no, that's acceptable. Okay. I'll keep that quest just in case I need it. And now, how'd that do me? Oh, it only increased by 16? Oh, that's not good. Look at that. I'm only 18. Let me get 2 more guys. 2 more guys. Excuse me, would you guys volunteer for... You guys are entirely too perspicacious. You keep spotting me, which is not okay. It's starting to damage Gryfflet's self-esteem. Okay, now I think I'm under... That's not what I meant at all. I'm under 3,600... Yes. Yes, I am. Okay, fine. Let's cross that bridge. And head back over. Turn in those quests. And see if that does the trick. Now, mind, I don't remember what is supposed to happen when I achieve status. But I'm sure it's going to be awesome. All I can say is I'm really looking forward to burning these tents. Okay, turn left at the torture plaza. I do like those shields. Guy looks like a turtle, and it's really cute. Okay. Mâlatuk the Hammer, of the most annoying of all quests.
You speak strange.
Yeah, the bridges are yours.
Smell strange. Look strange.
How many did I
too.
get? 1,200. Yeah. I was right. Okay, Thang.
What?
Yeah, I gave them what they need. Who, the vagrants? No, these are the vagrants. A few of Khirgi's men took your words or gold to favor and have decided to join us. Yeah, well, if they've joined you, then I didn't pocket it, did I? Ooh, leveled up, huh? I think that's okay. We're not above level 120 here, are we? Or no, we're not that much. Or sorry, no, not. It's the other way around. Never mind. I'll figure it out. Okay. So now what do you have to say, Thang? The bandit's stash. Okay, so I am officially neutral. Maximum standing reached. Okay, so whatever was my goal, I've hit it. Count bandit stash. Okay. Sure. There's money right over here. Once again, I'm doing paralegal work. I mean, this is glamorous paralegal work, admittedly, but Gryfflet does accountancy. So, Phil, it's telling me it's decreasing it, the quests. But, you know, presumably I can turn it around. All right. I'm counting. There are 9 chests, and I have to count 8 of them. That seems... oops. Wrong chest. Sorry. Might have looted that one by accident. Could have happened to anybody. Okay. Well, that's enough. We'll just round up from there, shall we, Thang?
What do you wish?
Your reward is keeping your life. You should appreciate a good jest now and then. Okay. Yeah, that was hilarious. Now what happens? That's it. A small act of kindness?
What do you wish?
No, this is just to repeat the quests. I don't need to repeat the quests. And I'm certainly not going to repeat that guy's quests. Khirgi's elite, are they?
You are brave to approach me.
Defeat Khirgi's... Do I need this? No. I don't need this. I'm good. I'm done. Right, so I'm at cap with this faction. And that's an end in itself? Right? I guess? I'm so confused by this whole thing. Why can't I just kill them all? It's so much simpler. But that's fine. I'm doing the things. So now I have to switch sides. Having completed their quest, the money counting quest was the apex of my relationship with the Southerners, with the Southrons here. Is that correct? Now I switch sides. Now hang on a second. Let's see. Where's Talathurui? Complete quests in Fushaum Bal. That's the least specific quest instruction I've ever seen. Okay. Now I want the North quests. Do I have to go get the North quests from the guy? Do I just start burning tents? Because I don't even have quests from them. Because now I am deep in enmity with them. I need to get like 1,100. JJ, I do realize that the, like, why can't I kill them all because it's simpler did sound a little bit chaotic evil, but at the same time, like, it's not that what I'm doing is less chaotic or destructive. It's just more confusing. In order to gain more favor with the men of Fushaum Bal North, I will need to destroy tents. Oh, I'm blowing up tents? Okay. It's a little bit less satisfying than setting them on fire, but all right. Oh, I thought I could destroy this one too. Never mind. Boy, I can't distract you once you've noticed me either. So annoying. So I think I have this quest already. Well, these shield bearer dudes are kind of a handful. Huh. Oh, nice. It's doubled. Now my Fushaum Bal, my north is going up by 24 and the south decreasing by 12, whereas before it was 12 and 6. Okay. Well, that's handy. At least. So I'll just... So I have to burn tents and stuff, and I have to burn tents and fight people till I get out of enmity. And then once I'm out of enmity, I can get their quests and use the quests to get me up to neutrality. Something like that. Okay. I gotta tell you, I will not be disappointed to move on from Fushaum Bal. My goal is to finish Fushaum Bal today, mostly so I don't have to think about this anymore. As I am deeply confused. Okay. All right, and there's the bridge over there. I guess I might as well find some dudes to fight. Such as it might be you. Oh, no, it was just that guy because he was elite, I guess. These regular dudes are still 12 and 6. Okay. Well. Not much can be done about that. That hunter guy is probably worth 24. He was. Oh, he didn't complete my quest, though. He doesn't count as a foe? Come on, foe is fairly generic. You don't even have any tents to burn down here. What good is that? Well, the shield bearers at least count as foes. Okay, it's fun making the people who are sitting down turn around. Okay. So, my rep is now... Oh, I still have so far to go. How can I possibly get that up? What do I need? Something ridiculous? 7,300? Just in tents and fighting dudes before they'll even give me quests? Because he won't give me quests, right? The other dude? Khirgi? Will he? Alright, I'll go get some quests off him. Well, let's see if he'll play ball. Because there's no way. I mean, Gryfflet is a completionist, but he has limits. I'm not getting involved with bridge fights because that's... I end up fighting everybody. Which really messes with the math. Okay, I'll come back over here where I'm really quite popular. Well, you know, less popular than I was a little while ago, but... Let's go talk to Khirgi. Yeah, I was afraid he wasn't going to talk to me. Now he's got nothing because I'm still in enmity status. So yeah, I've got to... I've got to make over 7,000 rep points just in tents and fighting dudes. Ugh. That is unspeakably tedious. But Gryfflet will persevere. Oh, hey. Hey, throwers. Look at that. Fine. Okay. Ooh, a rep accelerator. That's a great idea. Do I have any of those? I think I have any of those in my inventory right now. I've got those, I think, in my vault. No, I don't have any in my inventory right now. They repeat right away, Phil. They don't have a cool the tents and dudes quests don't have cooldowns. But an accelerator is a very good idea. Phil, I would be nice to the lady if she were somewhere other than frickin' Bree. I'm in Mordor, for crying out loud. And I can't be going up to Bree every time I play. I guess since I only stream once a week, this is my problem. In fact, indeed, once every 2 weeks. Had I go, I'd literally have to go to Bree every time these days. Like, you know, I'm sorry. She's also in the housing neighborhoods. Yeah, but I don't have housing. Again, I have a kin house, but either way, well, whatever. There's nothing about that isn't, nothing about any of this that isn't annoying, but let's see, I'll do the return to the Shire. Oh, Drow Snake, thank you very much. Drow Snake is giving me a lore question to talk about to distract me from my annoyance at these quest lines. Yeah, I really don't like going to housing developments. Hang on, what am I running away from the stable master for?
Hello there.
I do have to say, it's refreshing to come back to the Shire after being in Mordor for so long. Wait, she's here too? Wenda Cranesbill is here in Mickle Delving? I thought she was only in Bree. Are you serious? I had no idea of that. Hang on a second. I want to find this out.
What do you need?
If they put her in some places, why don't they put her all over the place? Well, why have I never seen her anywhere but Bree? If she's in Mordor, like where is she? Is she at like the travel hubs? In which case, why have I never seen her in Minas Tirith? Why have I never seen her anywhere but Bree? Okay, hang on. So she's down here in the middle of Mickle Delving? Mostly starter areas and housing. Okay. Yeah, no, I recognize that how... Okay, I see. She's down here. No, it's funny. You guys thought I like knew where she was. I had no idea she was here. I was just like running downhill because it seemed the thing to do. Hi, Wenda Cranesbill. It's not that I'm ungrateful for your services, because I'm totally not. This is awesome. It's just like, why does it expire?
Greetings, friend.
Like, we're going to have VIP rewards, or are we going to have VIP rewards? Okay. All right. Great. Thank you, Wanda. Well, while I'm here, and of course there's a vault here anyway, so I don't actually need her, but let me do the thing. Hang on a second. Yeah, let me do the jug, since I have it. Okay. Now my vault is ridiculous, but I think I have... Where'd they go? Deed accelerator. Rep accelerator. Those are small ones. Do I have big ones? This I do. Reputation accelerator tomes. Great. Ilmanio, you got a glitch where your town services last for 300 months? That is amazing. Okay, so she's in the starter areas. And the 21st hall? Okay. 21st hall is relatively convenient. Anyway, let's do these compound? When used, a bonus amount of 5,000 reputation will automatically be added to any reputation increase until the bonus amount is okay, hang on. What? Oh, here's my accelerator. I see. Gotcha. So as long as that's full, doing more of them won't help, but I'll just bring them with me. Okay. Thank you, Anfast Tunnelly. Really appreciate it. And back to Mordor. Yep. The town services, like, it's awesome, but why does it expire? If you're going to spare me annoyance, spare me annoyance. All right. No problem. Here we are. We're back. And now I can take out dudes in tents like I mean it. And I can answer Drowsnake's last lore question. And that will totally help my... to suppress my feelings of annoyance. Druid's Fires has to expire because people stop being VIP. Well, then make it contingent upon remaining VIP. That's not hard. If you lose VIP status, then like they go away. That should be easy, he says casually. Yeah, I know. One of my main experiences with software development is that often things that seem like they should be really easy are not. Okay, no, that's north. So let's keep going. Harthalin wants to talk again.
What did you find?
I found a parchment. Harthalin takes the parchment and reads it. When she is done, she gazes off to the east. So Urudani Stonemaiden was one of the Gurzul after all. I thought it possible, for she was a black Numenorian and fought against us during the siege of Barad-dûr. But she had not been seen since then. I thought she was dead. There is something else familiar in these orders. Nargroth, the Caverns of Fire, are located on the eastern side of Orodruin. If the Rash High reported to Urudani at Nargroth, we learn We may learn more if we dare the caverns. It will not be easy to reach them, for when the southern face of Urudani exploded, it created a lake of fire between here and there. The Khashorm. Oh, okay. Find the road that leads to Nargroth on the eastern side of Talath Urui. Okay. Way over here. Nargroth. Right on. Oh, so I have to go around the Khashorm. Sure. Yeah, great. Wow. So instead of proceeding down to Thorjaf, I go all the way over to the other side? Or maybe I have to go all the way. Maybe like these things I only get like local quests for. And the epic, you know, the epic is probably because of that, right? The epic is shortcutting me across. Probably. Well, at least I'm current with the epic quests. Yeah, it's true. I am going to hurt my throat being in this region of Mordor. Trying to say, ha, all the time. Okay. Hi guys, I'm back. This time with a rep accelerator. Okay. It just doubled it. No. Hang on. 16 from bonus. Yeah, it did just double it. 16.8. Hang on, 16.8. Do I get time and a half for these guys? So fighting Haradrim archers is like overtime? Right, I know, I'll get double for the quests completions too, so yeah. That's fine. Oh, this guy's named. I don't think I want him to be one of my dudes. That's fine. Okay, I've definitely discovered a quest that it would be easier to do with my guardian. Just go through and deliberately aggro everybody all at once. Well, I'm going to aggro these dudes anyway. Hi, guys. Yeah. Okay. And so, great, that doubles that. Got to keep an eye on that accelerator. I can eat another one when I need to. Oh, we're good. Okay, we're making some serious progress now. Where's some more tents? None of these are flammable? What's wrong with these? Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, it only increases the positive and not the negative rep. So that's kind of nice. That is correct. All right, hang on. Lore question. If Tolkien had published the Silmarillion during his lifetime... Oh... Wow, that's a weighted clause right there, Drowsnake. Do you think he would have kept the aerial frame and connection to antiquity? I really love that part of the Book of Lost Tales and the mythic story that Tolorestia becomes England. I don't know how well it would work with the rest of what the Silmarillion became. Okay. All right. Drowsnake, thank you so much. What a delightful lore question. Any lore question that starts with if Tolkien had published the Silmarillion in his lifetime. Okay, so Do I think he would have kept the aerial frame and its connection to antiquity? So there are several things involved here. I'm just looking for tents. What the heck, guys? Come on. There's several things here. Number one, the sparkles from the corroded chests keep deceiving me into thinking I can blow up the tent. Attracted everybody. Great. Let's do this, everybody. Whoa. Well, that's unpleasant. Was it the sorcerer that, like, made me drunk all of a sudden? Oh, man. This is getting nasty. Got, like, multiple shield bearers and this thrower over here. Who's it vexing me? I hate it when I can't see anybody. I hate it even more when it won't target the right person. These shield bearers are a pain. Darn, I was trying to kill him before he got me. Wow. That was exciting. I mean, sort of. As exciting as combat ever is. Alright. Well. Anyway. Silmarillion. So. So there are several elements here. First, let me explain the things that that Drowsnake's referring to make sure everyone is following. Seriously, what happened to the flammable tents? Burning the lawless. Okay. All right. Apparently, reputedly, there are some up here and to the right. So, of course, that seems to be patently untrue. Ariel is the name of the... Ariel is the name of the narrator of the Book of Lost Tales. Now, Tolkien changed... So there are a couple changes that he made as time went on. If you read the Book of Lost Tales, which is volume 1 of the history of Middle-earth, what you find is that the character Ariel is... the name Ariel means one who dreams alone. Okay, you need to stop whatever you're doing right now. Because whatever you're doing, it's guaranteed to be annoying. You're all over the place, you sorcerers. Phew. Okay. Anyhow, okay. So Ariel means one who dreams alone. And the concept is simple. The concept that Tolkien started, like where the Silmarillion began, was with the idea of a human sailor And this is a human sailor from the Middle Ages, of course, not a modern sailor, but a human sailor who happens to take the straight road and find himself in the West. So he gets to Tolaresia. Oh, I found they keep all the flammable tents in one spot. That seems imprudent. Yeah, so he finds his way to Tolaresia. And when he's there in Tolaresia, like having found the elves, he then gets from the elves instruction. Like they tell him stories. They tell him, I'm stuck. I'm hopelessly, terribly, and hideously stuck. They tell him all the stories about, which are the Silmarillion, like the story of how the world was made, the story of, the making of the sun and moon. Like the chapters in the published Silmarillion are, sort of remnants, memories of the old chapters. How we doing? Yes, I can get quests now. And let me do another rep accelerator. Okay. Good. And then over to get quests. Great. I think this is the way I want to go, towards the bridges. Well, that'd be towards a bridge. Hang on, let me turn around. Okay. Now, there are a few changes that he made in this, right? One of the most problematic elements, one of the most problematic elements of the published Silmarillion, of the editorial choices that Christopher made in the published Silmarillion. Ooh, I can one-shot the shield bearers now? Sweet. Of those publishing choices, the most problematic, I think, is the editorial choices, I mean. The most problematic is his removal of the frame. Because Tolkien never lost this idea of the frame, especially the idea of the fundamental concept, the fundamental frame of the Silmarillion being a conversation between between a human and elves. The elves basically explaining all of the stuff to humans. That was the fundamental concept at the start. That is where, that is what he gets sort of, he never really left that, but Christopher cut it. There we go. All right, what do we have?
Do not waste my time.
Proclaim my rule. What does that even mean? Challenge those who oppose Khirgi? How will I know? Will they have a floaty sign that says, I oppose Khirgi? Okay.
What?
Those across the bridge have many supplies. Take their supplies and give them to me. Collect supplies. Okay, that's...
Do not waste my
An
time.
Uruk known as Shituro. I've seen him. Shituro brings a large group of hunters. Seen them too. Defeat his hunters. Okay. And
What do you wish?
under the command of Sauron, I learned to train Sulakil. Really? These beasts remain useful as they move food and supplies with ease. Go and feed the Sulakil. Okay. Feed the animals, steal the supplies, hunt the orcs. Okay. Wait. They're going to update Burglar and I'll have to learn everything again? Well, Considering how little I've learned the first time around, that really should be not that hard. Look, it's not like I exactly know this class, right? I know how to hit the stealth button. I've, like this one, what, diversion? Is that what it's called? Yeah, diversion. Like, when did I learn to use that? Like this week? I mean, so, you know, most of the things, I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe I'll fight a Shituro's hunter who's not standing right next to a half-troll. Ah, the supplies in question. I've learned to use diversion several times now. Yeah, exactly. So since I know little and what I have learned I promptly forget, I'll scarcely even notice the inconvenience. Okay, anyhow, so I don't believe that Tolkien ever deviated from the conception, as I say, that the frame of the Silmarillion is supposed to be an elf telling stories to a human. So if that is what... So if you're referring to that, Drowsnake, I do think that if Tolkien had published the Silmarillion in his lifetime, he would have included that, because he was including it. But the context will have been changed. Guard spotted me sneaking around? Oh. The supplies one, oh, yeah, right. Okay, another impossible quest. Forget that, then. Because he didn't spot me, and whatever. I was totally unspotted. But that's okay. I will shake the dust off my shoes at that quest and not worry about it. Feeding the Sulok I have to do back on the other side, of course. I'll do the hunters. Okay. How am I doing? Oh, so far to go. Almost the full 10,000. No problem. Okay. Ariel. Thank you for turning around. That was thoughtful and kind. So as I was saying, he changed the concept several times of how it works. Of, like, who is the human? Who is the elf? What are the circumstances under which these stories are told? As I say, I don't think he ever changed the fundamental frame. But I do think, but it is, I think it is perfectly clear that he changed those things several times. The first change was the change from Ariel to Alfwine. And this is where I think the problem comes in for the other thing that you were talking about, Drowsnake. Because on the one hand, okay. Sorry, it's hard for me to remember how to be a burglar and talk at the same time, because it requires a lot of concentration to actually play the game with any level of effectiveness. Not that I'm ever in much danger of that, really, but anyhow, okay. So right. Ariel, Alfwine. Right. So the other thing that Drowsnake was alluding to was the fact that Alfwine, in the earlier stories, in Tolkien's Book of Lost Tales, he's writing myth, but he includes a lot of what I call fill in the blanks. No, that's the kind of adaptation. He does what I call like a myth of explanation. That is like, how did the moon come to have splotches on it? We need a mythic story to explain this phenomenon. And of course, there are many mythic stories like that, right? I think of the, many of Rudyard Kipling's Just So stories, right? How did the leopard get its spots? How did the elephant get its trunk? All that sort of thing, right? Those are similar. They're less kind of high mythology, but it's a similar idea of myth of explanation, right? And Tolkien, of course, when he started writing the Silmarillion, one of the things that he was setting out to do was to write mythology. How many tents? One tent. And it's nearby. Yeah. He set out to write mythology. Oh, it's Shituro himself. Does he count? No, he doesn't. I only need his hunters, not him. I'll get in trouble if I attack him too. There's my tent. So he set out to write mythology, and this was for him a big part of writing mythology. Oh wait, I need 2 more tents. What am I up to here? A big part of him of writing mythology was writing myths of explanation. So he did that a lot of times. And one of the kind of bigger picture ways, the moon spots are another example of a myth that he did write. But if you don't know the story, how did the moon get its spots? Its splotches and stuff? Well, because you may know that the moon is made from a flower of the tree Telperion after the 2 trees were destroyed by Ungoliant. One fruit of the golden tree Laurelin and one flower, one blossom of the silver tree Telperion survived. And those are preserved and turned into the sun and moon, respectively. The flower of Telperion, which is turned into the moon, there was an unfortunate accident. They were carrying the flower, bringing it over to make it into the moon, and they dropped it and it got bruised, and everyone's like, oops. And then they're like, well, let's just move ahead anyway. And when they did, it had splotches because they bruised the flower. That's the story. In the Book of Lost Tales, the Valar are involved in lots of wild hijinks like that, because that's the tone of the Book of Lost Tales. Anyway, what am I even looking for? I'm looking for hunters. That's what I'm looking for. Like that guy. Standing right next to the troll cleaver. Well, if he is, he is. Okay. What? Is there any Oh, troll cleaver, you killed me. That's right. I'm so dead. Thank you. Great. I don't think I want to start a Royal Rumble again. How many hunters do I need? 2 more, huh? So, myths of explanation. This, by the way, is also where Who on the Hound came from, and his relationship with Thurindol the cat. One of the myths of explanation that Tolkien told is, why do cats and dogs not get along to this day? And the answer, of course, was Huon and Thurindol. One of his larger scale myths of explanation was, why is England? Also, why is Ireland? How did Ireland happen? And the answer to those two things, respectively, is that England is Tolaresia. England becomes, or Tolaresia becomes England. So the Elvenhome, which means, by the way, Elvenhome has a sad ending in the Book of Lost Tales. It's not like permanent paradise of elves. It is. It has a sad ending. It becomes England. It becomes mortal lands. But you may remember, if you've read the published Silmarillion, there are stories about... Oh, this is a good place to challenge people. Hey, people who don't support Khirgi. Are there any rowdy Haradrim around? No? Do I win if nobody attacks me? Who's rowdy? Okay, got some rowdiness going on here. All right, that guard stopped in the nick of time. Oh, here he comes. Okay. That's good. I really had no clue how to complete that quest, so I'm glad I stumbled on this magic spot here. Great. Well, that was easy. Can I keep doing that? All right, how's my rep accelerator doing? Oh, how much do I need now? Only 1,800. So I need to complete 2 more quests. I've got the Sulak feed one, which I might as well do. And I've got 3 more foes. And I've got 2 hunters. Let me complete the hunter quest, because I never completed that one. I'm going to hunt the hunters, because that's kind of fun. Hello. Hired hands, yeah. Okay, they're theoretically all over the place here. Not burning any more tents, though. Don't need to do that. Right. Right next to another half troll. Fine, I'll take down this half troll. Gryfflet's not taking it anymore. So if you've read the published Silmarillion, you will remember when the island gets... Boy, I was stunned for a heck of a long time there. When the island gets towed by Ulmo and Ase. You know, when the elves get conveyed on the island that is being moved by the Valar. Well, in... that sorcerer quest? Oh, it's just the attacking the walls quest again? I thought I already had that one. Oh, no, I don't. Fine. Oh, sorry, I was already in stealth. My bad. So, in the Book of Lost Tales, you may also remember from the published Silmarillion that Osse, one of the Maiar of Ulmo, rebels temporarily and is brought back to his loyalty. So these two stories are combined in the original Book of Lost Tales. The two are combined such that when Osse rebels, he tows back the other way. So, like, Ulmo is taking the... he's hauling Tolaresia to become England. And Osse pulls it back the other way. And they have, like, a tug of war over the British Isles. And... the resulting tug of war ends up pulling the island apart. And that's where Ireland came from. Phil, you're right. Osse's rebellion, well, Osse's reconciliation is one of the few times that a chap listened to his wife and things got better. Usually they just don't listen. Okay, so where is the feed bag that I'm supposed to pick up? And do I even need to do that? Because turning in these two quests is going to give me enough rep. More than enough rep. Never mind. I'm not so desperate to feed Sulak that I feel like I have to do that. Yes, I am. Because I'm a completionist. Where's the feed bag? The daily feed. Okay. And I don't... And this is like the least chaotic evil of all of these quests anyway. Feeding Sulak is constructive. There it is. I will go about feeding the Sulak. Then I will turn in these quests. And then everything will be at completion. And I will have achieved I know not what. But I don't doubt it will have been a fine thing to have achieved. Okay, here we go. 2 Sulak in one shot. That's great. Except for those... Yeah, exactly. I feel no more compulsion to complete those ridiculously designed stealth quests than I feel to do the one that I couldn't do. Remember when I had to, like... fight the guy on top of the tower, except I'm a burglar and don't have a missile weapon, so it was literally impossible for me to complete that quest? Yeah, that's kind of more or less the category I put these in. All right. We're going across the camp. Anyway, so those kinds of myth of explanation, you can still see evidence of those things in the published Silmarillion. He didn't, like, expunge every evidence of that. But it's very clear that he does not... that becomes a much lesser emphasis. And many of the old myths of explanation that he did, he kind of tones down. So as far, if that's what you mean by the, like, that Tolaresia became England, drow snake, then no, I certainly don't think that the... Well, you still have a quest ring, Mr. Sulak? Did I fail to give it to you? I gave it to you, but your quest ring remains. Fine. Okay, there he is. There's my next one. So it's fairly clear that as he went on, he ceased to think about mythology in quite that way. Now, I suspect by the fact that you used the word antiquity, didn't you say antiquity? Yes, the connection to antiquity. When you're talking about the connection to antiquity, that leads me to suspect that what you really liked about that is the connection to our world, right? The connection to the ancient history of our world. And I wouldn't blame you for liking that. That is a really fun element. And it's a really fun element, and it's especially, I think, an important element because it's something that we, well, I don't want to go so far as to say that we lose it in Tolkien's later writings. But I will say that when he says in The Lord of the Rings that the story takes place in our world, it's fairly perfunctory, right? If you see what I mean by that. That is, he makes that connection, and he sort of invites us to trust in that connection, which is fine. But he doesn't give us any, he doesn't roll with that at all. Like, he doesn't flesh that out. How is it connected? What time is it exactly? Where can we see the roots of things from our recognizable history in the things of, of the elder days or whatever? Those things are harder to see. All right. We are so done.
Do not waste my time.
Okay. There we go. And
What do you wish?
these are unneeded because I'm already maxed. But that's okay. I did them anyway.
What do you wish?
All right. What do we have now? I am furious. I expected little resistance from those holding out in the southern end of Fushaum. Instead, they proved most difficult and are impeding my rise to power. My reclamation of Fushaum Tome is slipping from my grasp. Now Thâng and Mâlatuk seek a meeting with me. This may be an opportunity to finally sever their hold. Come with me to the meeting. Okay. Oh, good.
The divided leaders of Fushaum Bal have called a meeting to put aside the bloodshed and find compromise over disputed land, resources, and riches.
How about we compromise by having all of you leave? Do I just beckon here? Come on, guys. Oh, here we go. All right, here comes Khirgi. Here comes Mâlatuk and Thang. Oh, good. Good. No rush. Oops. I got it more exactly in the middle. All I ask for is your submission. Well, that seems reasonable, guys. Thang, Mâlatuk. Right. Your lives will be spared, and if you serve me well, you even be rewarded. Sure. They'll love this plan. It is not a compromise, Khirgi. No, it is not. It is a list of demands and false promises, just as Sauron has given us. Okay. Right. You are a fool to travel down that same path to power. Can I just push you all off the bridge, and then we go home? I would kill you right now if Mâlatuk would allow me. Gryfflet, explain to these two that there is no other choice, as I am the only one capable of overthrowing Fushaum Tomb and keeping these men alive in Mordor. Why would Gryfflet answer to the likes of you? The Hobbit works for us! This cannot be true, as Gryfflet has served me well. You have much explaining to do. Great. Everybody leave. Now. If I make it alive off this bridge. It seems we've been played for fools. Well, fair. Oh, good. I found something they can agree on. Okay. All right, so now I just have to fight my way out of it, which is what I wanted to do from the start. So, no problem. Come here, guy. All right. Are there going to be, what, like 3 waves from each side? Okay. A warrior and an archer. I was kind of expecting that these would be upgrades. Like one of the shield bearers or somebody. And then I fight the... Oh, good. Excellent. Oh, that was unhappy. Oh, I'm in an AoE effect. Nobody wants that. Oh, now I fight all 3 of them? Okay. Well, hoping for violence, I have unleashed violence. Okay. We're doing fine here. I took down Thang and Khirgi. Alright, Mâlatuk the hammer of the useless quests. You are a cunning one, that much is true. I have no quarrel with you. In fact, I admire what you have done here. You helped resolve our matters. Though your means of doing so evaded even me until just now. Leave Khirgi to me. I will push his corpse into the flames below us. Only a fitting burial for such a foul man. If you leave me be, I shall honor you in return and vacate Mordor as soon as my men and I are able. Hooray! We do not wish to stay here any longer. It only brings us thoughts of crushed hopes and riches that never were. See, if we had just gone there in the first place, Mâlatuk, I'm telling you. Phew. Yeah, destroy the bridge like the Temple of Doom, Drow Snake. I was thinking the same thing. All right. Here we are. Thurindol, you have no idea how vexing that set of quests you sent me on was. You have done much to lessen the foothold of these lawless men gathered in Mordor. They will indeed not pose a threat in the future. I am so glad that you celebrate my efforts. It really means the world to me.
Now then.
The encampment of Dar Malzor seems mostly vacated. Perhaps it was a staging area for the armies who we fought at the Black Gate. Fushaum Bal concerns me. The men there are trying to organize. We will need to maintain vigilance should their efforts progress. Still, there are other structures deeper into Mordor that concern me even more. Okay. The Shattered Plateau. Oh, so I'm finishing the whole Shattered Plateau. Hooray, this is progress. And more Pathfinder stuff, okay. Pathfinder's camels, right? Every once in a while, the smoke will clear just enough to make out some of the distant structures in the southern reaches of Talathurawi. Not much is known about these vile buildings of Sauron. You should investigate their purpose so we have a better understanding of who occupies these structures and for what purpose. Do what you must, but be careful out there. If tales from our other scouts are true, unspeakable beings of fire walk upon the burning plain. Okay, Scout Thorjaf, Nairband, Enin-Ur and Nargroth. Headed there anyway. Complete quests in Thorjaf, Nairband and Nargroth. Wow. Under the Fires of Orodruin. So that's a big ol' category quest. Yeah, so that sends me to pretty much everywhere. Absolutely everywhere in the rest of Talathurawi. Okay, so that's the do all the quests everywhere in Talathurawi quest. You don't ask for much, Thurindol. That's all right. Okay. Now, back to my original quests. I'm not missing any, am I? Nope. Got all the Mordor ones. I have the epic one. That is the Black Book of Mordor quest. Except I haven't done that one where I had to finish all the things. So, that's fine. We're making progress. After we finish this stuff down here, we'll go back to Gandalf. It's a little odd to me that they make that chapter 3.1 is finishing chapter 3.2 and 3.3. Like, that seems strange organization. But that's all right. Okay, good. Excellent. We're doing great here. What about this destroying blades thing? Oh, I have to take it down to the fire? There, but I'm... oh, because I have found the blades. So it's way down there, huh? Okay. I'll do that one on the way. All right. Well, Gryfflet has met his goal. My goal was to be done with Fushaum Bal forever and ever. And I believe I have achieved that end. And now Gryfflet can go on his merry way, riding off, well, not into the sunset exactly, but into the angry lava-filled sky, knowing that mischief has been managed at Fushaum Bal, and that I can now proceed to other places and interact with other peoples. Okay. Anyway, so Drowsnake, I'm getting towards the answer of my long, my long and oft interrupted answer to your question. So I was just talking about the connections to antiquity and how Tolkien, especially in The Lord of the Rings, even though, despite the prologue's assertion that The Lord of the Rings takes place in the prehistory of our world, there are few ways really to connect, it and its events to our world. So I think my theory is that that's one of the things that you liked about the Tolaresia thing, is that he was more explicitly connecting it back to, did I go into this particular corrupted bath? Yeah. Gakronk. Whatever it is. Anyway, yeah. So on the one hand, Tolkien liked this too, but it's a little bit more complicated, because what Tolkien was moving towards, what we see him moving towards during the time in which he was writing The Lord of the Rings, by which I mean primarily not what he said in The Lord of the Rings, but what he said, what's this place over here? Outposts along the burning plain. So it's like the baths. So there's the baths and the outposts. Another discovery deed. Okay. And that's the way up into Lingris that I almost came down that one time. And I'm not going to fight more drakes than I need to. There is a building of... That must be Thorjaf. Okay. Great. I'm going to stay on foot here. The connection between his world, the direction that he began to move in thinking about concrete directions between Middle-earth and our world, our known world, our history, was through Numenor. When it talked about the unspeakable creatures of fire, I was rather suspecting that it would come to this. A Hunt the Firegrims quest. Many fumaroles and firegrims. 6 fumaroles and 8 firegrims. Huh. Oh, look, it's a cliff. Can I sneak up on a firegrim? Yes, I can. Oh, that's a rogmole. Don't have a quest for them. Oh, right, that's a fumarole. Oh man, those are a handful. Can't sneak up on them because they have an AoE effect. Rashhorn Flame. They have little fire friends. Can I stun it? I don't think I can stun it. Okay. Well, they're not very dangerous, but they're a little annoying. How do I know if the Firegrim is facing me? Looks like it's facing away all the time. It doesn't have a face, so it can't be facing me. Fair enough. Okay. Here's where I should be able to destroy things. Oops. Don't you knock me into the lava. Is this the spot? What do I have to fall in? Tell me I have to stand in precisely the right square centimeter of space. Where am I? Oh my goodness. The minimap suggested I had to be closer than what I was, and then I fall in. Ugh. Okay. Anyway. Okay. Ælfwine. Tolkien's initial idea of the narrator of the Silmarillion, Ariel, one who dreams alone, the sailor, vaguely from the Middle Ages, but I say vaguely because Tolkien didn't situate Ariel as being from a particular society. Like the concept of the Book of Lost Tales originally was that Ariel was like just he was representing mortals, mortal kind, essentially. And he was not situated in connection with history, with antiquity, in any kind of clear way. So that's the thing that changed. Before he finished writing the Book of Lost Tales, he was already changing the concept, and he had already decided to change the Ariel character to a character named Ælfwine, which is an Old English name which means elf friend. Now, the elf friend concept, the Ælfwine concept, was something that became very interesting to him. And Ælfwine was he changed the name because he situated the human societally, linguistically, historically in our world. He decided that the mortal who made it to Elvenhome in order to hear all the stories was going to be an Anglo-Saxon. He was going to be a Saxon sailor who, like in his like Saxon, longboat, ends up over there. That's why he changed his name from Ariel to, which is not an Old English name, to Ælfwine, which is an Old English name, because he was situating that in time. Now that concept is a concept that he followed up when he moved on, right? When he got, much later on, when basically he'd stopped writing the Silmarillion and was writing the Lord of the Rings instead, he ended up, all right, I'm going to find that spot. I don't even think I need to do my, I can just slide down here. Yes, I can. Okay. So while he was writing The Lord of the Rings, he got distracted. It happened a couple times. And one of the times that it happened, the second time that it happened, was later in the writing. It's what he describes in the prologue when he says that, it was when Pippin and Gandalf were coming to Minas Tirith. Like before he did the Battle of Pelennor Field, before he, conducted or at least reported the war, is when he paused. For a second, I thought I was in the green space where I could dispose of the weapons right here, but it's just that the red border to it is lost in the fire. Okay. Now, where exactly am I supposed to go without sliding down into the lava? Right here. Oh, seriously. You have destroyed the collection of enemy weapons, limiting the number that can be used against you and your allies. Well, that was worth doing. Now let me just check. Are these jewelry upgrades on my Light of Eärendil? No, they are not. Oh, that one is. Hang on. Because that matters. Okay. All right. I still have fumaroles and fire grims, but they're all over the place. I don't need to hunt them here. I'm going to get back on the road before I fall into any more lava. Can I get back on the road? Let's see. So when he was distracted in this latter stage, right before the war in Gondor actually breaks out, unaware, huh? Okay. He sorry, this is my scouting quest, I think. All right, yeah, I've got to go. What, in there? Hoy, don't hurt me. I'm trying to complete my scouting quest. I don't seem to have hit the spot. I know there's a quest ring. Oh, it's this guy? A scouting one normally just triggers. A hobbit? A hobbit! Please don't kill poor Párgrub. Just a simple snaga, you see, yes? A slave, huh? You want to help poor Párgrub? The sky's rain of fire made orders from our captain go away. Now this simple snaga tries to make a name for self. You could help. You could help. Orcs and the like fight for power and great things at Thorjaf. If you fight for Párgrub, you could. Win. Yes, win the fights. Now this is a great idea. Okay. Párgrub glances over at his supplies. You can't go into Thorjaf dressed like that. No, that will not do. Párgrub trying to be simple scrap-monger. Take this scrap armor next to you. Dress up like orc and enter the fights at Thorjaf. Speak to Malkatish. Malkatish get you in tournament. Well, you are not totally sure you totally believe, Párgrub. Infiltrating Thorjaf might be worth the risk. Okay. Dressing like an orc again. Hang on, I want to see my... Oh, nice. Like the mask. Gryfflet looks so orcish. It would deceive anyone. Why did my scouting thing not trigger? This is bothering me. Because scout Thorjaf. And now they're all attacking me because I stood in one place for too long? Is that why? Oh, I almost lagged to death right there. What happened to my orc armor? Are we pretending I'm still in my orc armor? I'm so confused. Do I have to go back and put it on again because I got spotted? Huh. Must be, right? So I come back out and put the orc armor on again. Right, the disguise goes if you take damage. Okay. Fine. But the scouting ring is right here. Right here. Hello guys, just trying to satisfy my stupid scouting quest because I'm not standing on the right square inch of ground. Okay, no, we'll just go in. What the heck? I don't get this. How's this supposed to work? I put on the orc armor, but the orcs attack me anyway. Can I stealth while in orc armor? Does that make it go away? Hang on, let's test that. Okay. I can stealth and stay in the orc armor. Where's what's his face? Oh. Nice fire pit. Okay. What is happening here? So, oh, I have to go back to the other place next door and get in there. Okay, but this is where my scouting... whatever. Okay. Fine. Fine. Don't need to be in there at all. I have 5 minutes for the... Well, I'd been like 30 seconds when I was killed by those... Or when I was attacked by those Rash High Guards. Alright. This structure looks to be an orcish arena for watching combatants battle to the death. Okay. It's the arena. Steal an orc blade. Can I pickpocket them? I haven't done that in ages. Let's see. I failed to burgle. I am out of practice. Hey, Malkatish, hang on. I gotta get a sword, apparently. So I found the guy. I guess the sword's back over where I thought of it. Ah, here we go. Orcish blade. There we go. Okay. That blade should do. It's twice as large as my person, but that's okay. Alright. Now we'll go talk to Malka. Tish. Yeah, Tish, not Tush. Alright. Hello, Malkatish. I am totally an orc. Gar. What do you want? Gar is one of those words, remember? That's like an expletive, but cleaned up. Not translated. You explain you would like to enter the fighting match in the best orc impression you can muster. Gar, go away. I'm busy, you lousy snaga. You still here? I tell you once and I tell you again, go away.
Do not waste my time, maggot.
In the best orc impression you can muster, you tell a tale of the many men you have slain during the siege of the Whites. During the city under the command of Gothmog. Many know you as the Master Mangler. Okay. Haven't heard about you yet, but a good story is a good story. Tell you what, I'll put your name at the bottom of the waiting list here. All right, I'll do something for you. Will he let me talk to him even without my costume?
Gone. I'll give you
Okay, yeah, he will.
about.
Ain't you a little too eager to be killed in the tournament? Okay, now you'll be wanting to clean up the slop around here and pass out some of the gridbead drink. Oh boy. When you're done with that, wake up those pesky sleeping snaga, will you? This ain't a hut for shut-eye. You either better fight around here. Okay, clean slop. Alright, I gotta go get a new... Looked like I could get one back here, though. Didn't have to go all the way back to what's-his-face. Drow Snake is critiquing me for saying gar on a live stream, as there might be children watching. But I'm just a little orc, Mr. Mordor Guard. Guess there's no fooling you, right? Mordor Guard no longer unaware. Okay. Now we're going to clean up slop and we're going to pass out drinks. And I'm going to keep talking about Alfwina. So during that second delay, before he started writing, the rest of Book 5, most of Book 5, really, Tolkien got distracted by both inventing a new language and a new story. He invented Numenor. Yes, he'd thought of Numenor before, but really the central Numenor story, the Atlantis, his decision to do the Atlantis myth, this was something that very strongly attracted him. And he really got into the Numenor story and invented the Adunaic language during this time. So Adunaic and Westron didn't exist before this period. And the thing that he sort of leaned into when telling the Numenor story is the Alfwina connection, the elf friend connection. He got really excited about the potential connection, and this Drow Snake is where it comes back to antiquity. He got excited about the potential connection between... Do I actually have a quest for waking up the sleeping orcs? He mentioned them, but... Anyway. So Tolkien really liked the idea of medieval connections. Stories from the Middle Ages that he liked to think were, connected to that he liked to think were connected to Numenor, right? That he could kind of work in. Stories like the story of Shield Chafing at the beginning of Beowulf, which is the story of a boy who comes to land mysteriously in a funeral boat, a boat full of riches, but nobody knows where it came from, and nobody knows who his people were. And he is a remarkable child, right, who, when he grows up, proves to be this prodigy beyond anything that any of them know. But where did he come from? And how did he get there? And who were his people? And of course, he goes on to become, a great king. It's the story of the Foundling King. Anyway, there's the story of King Horn is this story as well. Tolkien wrote a poem about that. But in any case, there's this is the kind of story that he was really interested in, because he decided there are lots of these stories. He didn't make that up. Those kinds of stories exist in the literature that he knew and loved. So he knew of Germanic stories that went like that. And so he decided, you know what? Those are Numenorians. That's Numenor. And so he, as I say, kind of leaned into that a little bit more. But this is why it became important to him that the connection, the main mortal character in the Silmarillion frame, should not just be Joe Human, but should be Alfwine, should be an Anglo-Saxon, because that would then be connected to this whole kind of Numenor thing. Oh, good grief, that he was doing. Let's see if I can do the rest of... I have one more drink to pass out. Let me see if I can do this the old-fashioned way. Without a disguise. The last table should be up here. On the top level. Isn't there like a head table up here or something? I don't see any. Darn it, I must have missed one downstairs. Oops, and I'm out of time, darn it. Darn. Table should be on the map, right? What's it called? A small task? Nah, it's just giving me the... I think I got all the second floor ones. It must be on the first floor. It's not something tricky like out here in the hall, is it? No. No, and he didn't want one for himself. A drink, I mean. Wait, table. It's upstairs. Right there. Got it. Must have missed it on the way around. Anyway, okay. So, oh, there it is. Oh, come on, guys. I've got no quarrel with you. We don't have to do this way, do we? Yes. Now I have to wake the sleeping orcs. Okay, fine. All right. I will return to the fighting pits of Thorjaf next time. And I never did. Oh, wait, it did get my scouting one somewhere. But it wasn't where the ring said. Okay, fine. Anyway, next time we shall return to Thorjaf. We'll see how far we can get around these rim strongholds before we get to the big one at Nargroth, which is where I think that's where the epic was taking me. So we'll do a bunch of these peripheral things, and then we'll get there. So but just finishing the very end, Drowsnake, of my very long answer to your excellent question. As I say, Alfwine was central to that. So he was more and more focused on that particular connection between his world and recorded history. That is the Numenor Anglo-Saxon period connection. And so all of his sort of attention was focused in that direction. So I suspect that if he had finished the Silmarillion, and there's way more stuff that we could say about what on earth that would even have looked like, but if he had finished the Silmarillion, then I think it would have featured something along those lines. I think he would have stuck with the Alfwine idea, and he would have integrated the story of the Anglo-Saxon mortal who hears the elf stories on the one hand, with the story of the Numenorian Anglo-Saxon mortal connection. Like, I think that's what he would have woven together. And how would that have meshed in with the Red Book of Westmarch, Phil? Complicated. Remind me, Phil, we'll talk about that next time, because it's a really interesting divergence in where we can see Tolkien's thinking going as far as the frame, not only for the Silmarillion, but for the Lord of the Rings. Where that kind of I was going to say ended up, but it doesn't exactly end up anyway. But it's an interesting, there are two different ideas that he has, and he never really fully resolved those two in truth. All right. But in any case, next week should be next week. Like, I should actually be here a week from today, next Friday. I won't be here the Friday after that because that's Mythmoot. And if you aren't able to join us at Mythmoot, you should try. You should at least join us remotely through Moot Hub, because Mythmoot is wonderful fun. But anyway, so yes, 2 weeks from now is Mythmoot, and so I won't be here there, but I'll be here next week. All right. So I will look forward to that. Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned for Druid's Fire, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye now. Thanks for joining in on my rambles around Standing Stone's brilliant digital adaptation of Tolkien's world. If you enjoy these adventures, please consider supporting this and other entertaining educational programming by donating at signumuniversity.org/fund.